what's up, man? It's your boy Lano XL, Mr. 18 Pockets.
And what's up, family? It's your boy, Mr. McGee, a.k.a. Boopy, a.k.a. Born Rich. And Lano.
Is it like Dolph?
Better. Getting better. You getting better. You getting better. You know what I mean? You getting better.
You hated on me the last 90 episodes.
I ain't gonna hate on you this time. You getting better. One more time for the people.
Yeah, Tyler, am I getting better with the Okay. All right. That's the best one.
So Lano, how you feeling today, my brother?
I feel like a manager that's managing Jay-Z's artists.
Okay. All right.
So I feel like I'm entitled and I feel like I'm important.
Like meal. You feel like a meal's manager.
Hell nah, bro. What? A meal? Did she even get booked? Hey, she got booked one time down here. That's how I met Twin and them. First time I ever seen Twin was with downtown 2nd Avenue, and a meal was performing.
Shout out to a meal.
And this is at the time a meal was huge a little bit. What can I say? Huge.
She had a single.
Well, we knew who she was because of Jay-Z, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But, man, Lano, we got a beautiful guest today, man.
Man, we got a legend in here.
A special guest today.
The big homie.
I'll say this, Lano. Listen, homie. When we talk about redemption.
Yes.
You can't talk about redemption without talking about this with this brother.
I agree.
You feel me?
I agree.
You can't talk about bouncing back without talking about this brother.
I agree.
He is the definition of a minor setback for a major comeback.
Say it again.
This brother is the definition of a minor setback for a major comeback.
And it's major what he's doing. So.
That's it. You know, Lano, like when you seen Juvie and Birdman in that video, I'm about to bounce back.
Yeah,
and they punching each other like that.
Because I was happy to see Juvie back with Birdman, right?
Yeah.
At that time.
And the name of that song is Bounce Back, and they punching in it. I think about this brother, man.
Show your age, but it's right.
Yeah, yes. When we got the one and only, the man, the myth, the legend. We got our brother, your brother, my brother, LT in the building.
There we go, most definitely.
What's going on with you, bro?
Oh, man,
I feel like I'm supposed to have
above the ground, man.
That's it. And that's all we can ask for, LT.
Absolutely.
That's it, man. Hey, so we're going to have some fun today, man. We're going to drop some gems. It's up to them to pick them up.
Yes,
once we drop
they'll
them.
pick them up.
Yeah, I mean,
they'll pick them up.
But yeah, we're gonna talk about a lot of stuff. But I want to start where I start with all our brothers and sisters that sit at this table, man. Childhood, LT. You Nashville born and raised?
Absolutely. South Nashville, JC Napier.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So LT, childhood, man. What did that look like? 2-parent household or single mom or raised by grandparents? What did LT's childhood look like?
Single parent, raised by my mother. My father was locked up basically my entire childhood.
Okay.
You know, me and him didn't reconnect till I got out of prison at age 44.
Okay.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna get to that.
I want to ask this right quick because you say South Nashville, UC. I'm a Nashville native, but I gotta ask, what is UCJC? Is that together or is them separate projects that's just around each other?
Yeah, they separate projects.
Okay, because I hear people say I'm UCJC all the way live.
Yeah.
So that's just everything in one.
Yeah. That's more, you know, because, you know, only thing separating it, of course, is Charles E. Davis.
That's it. One
Okay. Is that the strip?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
and then you got some, you know, we most of the time, we hung in both. Got money in both projects, you know what I'm saying? But mainly, you know, back in the days, it was more, you know, JC.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and that's just what it was.
Just what it was right
it
there
was
was
separated.
JC.
You know, dudes in UC did they thing, dudes in JC did they thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to ask one more thing because I got to get to the history, right?
Go ahead, bro.
So now I want to ask about just living in the projects in what, the late 80s, 90s?
70s, 80s, and I'd say the beginning of the 90s.
What was the what was the difference the 70s, then the 80s, and then the 90s?
I would say the 70s, it was more community. It was more as they say, a village. Where you know, if your mother was at work and you was out, you was doing something you ain't had no business doing, the neighbor had, know what I'm saying, you know, the green light to discipline you.
Okay, yes.
I love that.
Yes, I remember that. I remember.
And you know what? Even speaking on that, I love that, bro. I love that sense of community that we had back then because now we hear stuff like, don't nobody better not touch mine. Like you heard a woman say, ain't nobody gonna put their hand on mine.
Yeah.
And I think we've lost that sense of community. I want to ask you, Brother LT.
It's not a village no more.
Why do you think the breakdown in the community or the breakdown of the village happened?
Well, I would say the breakdown came when, the father was removed.
Okay.
And then when the father was removed, then you got all of the other conditions that was happening inside the community, whether it was drugs, and then from there, that broke down everything when the drugs got introduced to our community.
Yeah.
In particular, crack cocaine.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And you was there.
Absolutely.
You was there. See, me and my bro, we came a little later.
We came way
later.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Put yourself back in them days, man. How did you see? What was you seeing then? The effects of crack when crack cocaine hit the black community.
Like what year did it hit anyway?
I would say
for UCJC,
around 88.
Okay.
Yeah, about 88. You know what I'm saying? 89.
Okay.
So what was you seeing that made you say, "Oh shit"? This even if you didn't know it was gonna be a problem, you can look back now. What was you seeing that made that epidemic start becoming a problem in our community, bro?
Well, I would say just how accessible it was, and then not only accessible, how instant. Where prior to that, it was just, it was cocaine.
Yeah.
And then serving the cocaine, you used to at first put it in like tinfoil, but it just took a whole lot of time trying to bag it up.
Yeah.
But then once crack hit, that's when the pill bottles, you put you broke it down, had it in pill bottles, somebody wants something, put it in here, there you go. You roll, you know what I'm saying? It didn't require a whole lot of work like it was previously. But it also, just had such a negative impact because you saw people's parents getting addicted to it. And then from there,
the village that raised you, you start seeing the candy ladies and the other people who was able to discipline you when your parents wasn't there. Now you seeing them go through the crack epidemic and you see them using it.
The deterioration of the community, man. Man, I hate that's a sad thing. But what high school did you go to, brother?
I graduated from McGavin.
Graduated.
What year did you graduate?
1990.
1990.
Ooh.
Graduated from McGavin.
Yeah.
Any aspirations of college or what was next after you graduated?
I wrestled for McGavin. Place first in the district, second in the region, fifth in the state.
Talk to him.
Yeah.
Talk
So
to
know how to
him.
put person in the headlock.
For sure.
For sure.
Don't get out of line,
I can't fight, man. I can't fight, man.
And then from there, I enlisted in the Navy.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
And I was on my way to the Navy until an incident happened.
Let me ask you this, LT, right? Because my generation that enlisting into the armed forces was on the decline.
When we was coming up,
because I know my father. My father joined the service. Yeah. My uncles joined the service. My brother missed out, but my brother's peers. My brother is 20 years older than me. He may be like a little bit older than you. So his generation, right? Was that a popular thing in your generation to graduate high school and then enlist into the service?
No, I would say we really, because from I've had time to hear other people's story, and not only during my time, even though I'm saying probably your time, where guidance counselors really didn't let us know what other options we had.
Yeah. It was just the Army or the Navy or something like that.
Exactly, because I graduated like in the top 15% of my class.
Okay.
And I was who's who among American high school students, and so on and so forth. However, I was never told what other options, whether it was college, whether because I think most times they relied on our parents to do
tell
all
you
the
guys.
leg work.
It wasn't any resources in the school to GPS you guys to the different directions because there's a million things to do.
Yeah.
But the Army at that time, Navy, I'm sorry to just keep saying the Army, but the Army, Navy, those was things that was just right in their face, right? There's things that they knew they can say, go do this
and be successful.
Or be successful in this right here if you choose this lane. Or it was just something that you just, somebody's in the professional mode is off on this guy.
You supposed to hold me accountable.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know who's calling him. People that want dimes. I don't know. Are you still in the streets, bro? I don't know what's going on.
I'm not.
Okay, bro. That's crazy.
You got me on that.
That's crazy, bro.
You got me.
So back before we was interrupted, look at Tyler. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
You got me.
So back what I was saying, so like when you in school and at that time and there's not a lot of resources, is it something that you came up with that you wanted to go to the Navy?
And you know, this may sound crazy to y'all, but the only reason why I enlisted in the Navy was to buy a Cadillac because I didn't want to sell drugs.
Okay.
You know, I didn't want to, because I did before enlisting in the Navy, I did dabble into the drug game, and then I just felt in my spirit that just wasn't for me. You know, I knew that wasn't. It was no longevity.
Just before any trouble, anything. Exactly. You knew. Okay.
Yes. I knew. So I said, well, you know what I'm saying. You know, back then that's when everybody was buying short Cadillacs. You know, and all that.
Peggy's car lot.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So forth. So I was like, you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna go to the Navy so I can buy me a Cadillac, and that was the only reason why I joined the Navy.
So was the Navy handing out checks like schools? Oh, okay.
Well, it was just more. Around that time, it was the Gulf War.
Oh yeah,
you know
most definitely we had Bush in office at this time.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when all that occurred, which I think it was by design, in the school system where they wouldn't let you know all the options you had available for you, you know what I'm saying, to go in other areas.
Other areas.
They was promoting that. They was promoting
the war.
Going to the armed service.
The war.
Yeah. We need bodies.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, we need bodies.
You ain't in school no more? Come on.
And go get the niggas. Like, we need bodies. Make sure we go get the niggas and make sure they get in. I
Most
like
definitely.
That. I like that. So you said you enlisted.
Yes.
Right? Now, did you actually go? Into the Navy?
I was on delayed entry program, and delayed entry program is what you they'll give you some time to talk to your family, get all your affairs together before you go. So I was like on a 6-month delayed entry program, and
was you eager to go?
Yeah, kind of, sort of, because part of me felt like I got tricked. Know what I'm saying? By my recruiter.
Okay.
You know,
because you coming in for a Cadillac.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. I'm coming in for a Cadillac, but then you as you get to talking to them, they get to blowing it up on telling you, you got school. Yeah. You can make this.
They give you the
do all
benefits
these career opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Through it, but at the same time, it's a war going on.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying? So. Yes. It was like that, and then part of me was still wrestling with leaving my hood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, 18 years, I lived in J.C. Napier.
Most definitely.
So at this particular time, it's like me leaving my community and going to San Diego, California, starting a whole new life. And it wasn't like I was going for good reasons. It was just to get a Cadillac. You know what I'm saying? Now,
you want me all the way in San Diego with my Cadillac?
No,
I'm trying to you see with my Cadillac.
Yeah, because, I'm trying to get it so I can, still be in the neighborhood.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So, it was just that internal fight. You know what I'm saying?
That going back and forth with yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think we all go through that, man. We all go through an internal fight. You know what I mean? Even to this day, we still going through an internal fight, man. Just real quick, a sidebar, man. So when you are feeling yourself going through an internal fight, half of your mind want to do this, but the other half is saying, no, I might want to do this. How do you deal with that? How do you deal with that when you're fighting against yourself mentally?
Like now?
Yeah.
Well, now, I got experience to draw from.
Okay.
As opposed to then, it was, everything was brand new.
Brand new, yeah.
And then, I'm 18 years old. So, you know, at that particular time, most times it's just reactionary.
Yeah.
You know, you just reacting. You're not going off for anything. And then you don't have really people that you can draw from their situation.
Yes.
Because at that
we all going through the same thing, right?
Exactly.
Well,
No father figure. And then no positive figures that's around you a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just passing through you. I see those positive figures, but the ones that's around you,
negative,
have a negative impact on you.
Yeah, most definitely. That's how I feel.
I got you.
So I want to ask this right here. So from a listing, 6-month delay, to federal prison.
No. 6 months delay. And I say a week before I was supposed to went to basic training. You know, it was the first time they brought the Metro Police helicopter out. And they were
this time, I didn't know that.
And they came down down in the drive, and you know they had the big light on, and you know it was a dice game. We all about a dice game. So
nighttime, daytime?
It was nighttime.
Okay.
So they shine the light on the crap game, you know what I'm saying, or dice game, and you know folks like shoot it out there. They they filming, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they filming, you know what I'm saying? So one thing led to another. Someone gave me a gun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I said, I'll shoot it.
Okay.
So, you know what I'm saying?
What age is this at this time?
I'm 18.
Okay.
So I take the gun, unload it on it. Bloom, 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 bloom. You know what I'm saying? It started circling around and, you know, had to go make emergency landing at the fairgrounds.
Okay.
And from there, you know what I'm saying, you know, it was like a week later, they wind up, you know what I'm saying, arresting me and arresting the guy who gave me the gun. And when they got him, he had the bullets in his pocket of the gun, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, by the grace of God, it was, you know, being I was smart in school on my way to the Navy, they was lenient with me. And they gave me probation. And by them giving me probation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, by them giving me probation, you know, I get kicked on the streets. And now the police like, you think you gonna shoot at us, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you just gonna be out here. So the police wind up shooting me. You know what I'm saying? I wind up getting shot by the police. And then right after that, which was in 94, this happened in 90, so I'm out in the streets. Because I'm in my mind, it was like, I can't go and try to get no employment anywhere because people gonna look at me like you don't have no respect for law enforcement.
Yeah, most definitely.
And now knowing
because this was huge news at the time when this happened, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It was all over, you know what I'm saying, the news. And then from what I know now about the collateral consequences of catching a felony, where you know all of the barriers that's in place once you get a felony.
Yeah.
So in my mind, it was like, you know, only way I'm going to be successful is in the streets. So I dove head first in the streets.
Okay.
And when I dove head first in the streets, you know, I wind up getting caught up in a 200-key conspiracy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then that's when the feds came, and then they used me shooting down
That's
the
what they
police
do.
helicopter.
Yeah.
And me getting shot by the police saying I had 2 violent offenses against the police.
Yes.
And then a prior drug, which they gave me 3 strikes.
True.
And gave me a life sentence.
Okay. So now going into the life sentence, right?
Yeah.
What is your mind frame now going into federal prison? Because let me ask you, and before you answer that, let me ask you this. You said your father was already back and forth in prison.
Well, no, he was just in
prison.
prison.
Yeah. Did you have other people around you? Because you grew up in UCJC, which y'all don't probably know is an area of South Nashville that is a high-risk drug area now, right?
Yeah.
So now I want to ask, you being around that, right? And now you seeing how the guys is in there, because it's a war zone, jungle a little bit there. Walking into a federal prison with these 3 strikes on you. Start from there. How do change start happening?
I would say, that J.C. Napier prepared me.
That's what I'm getting to.
You know what I'm saying, prison.
Okay.
Because, you know, when you look at it, that's how our community is designed. It operates, and then most of the people that's in our community are just returning citizens, or they just as impacted. People who are back and forth in prison.
Most definitely.
So, you know, you learn how to just move within your community, you know, the same way when you know, on the inside.
When you're on the inside.
Especially when you, and then going inside the county jail, I had older guys, that taught me the ropes, you know, at the Just Center back in the days on the 4th, 5th floor. You know what I'm saying? Which is, hey, stay up off that phone. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's a list. Ask about the list, just don't get on there, because that's where most of your problems gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? And then going into the feds, you know, I had this guy from Colombia, and I'm talking about the country.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? South America.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Not Colombia, Tennessee.
Exactly. He was like, cause we was on the airplane, because, you know, the real Con Air. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we on the airplane, and he was coming from Leavenworth. He had already been in prison, you know, some years, I think like 8 years. I'm fresh in, so we all heading to Beaumont. You know, they sent me to bloody Beaumont.
I heard of Beaumont. Who make me hear of Beaumont? Finesse two times.
Finesse 2 times.
I heard of Beaumont.
Yeah, so they said that's where they sent me at my first prison at age 24.
And that's a high. Is that a high risk?
Yeah, yes, that's high.
So hold on, your first time ever going into this, it was a high risk.
Absolutely.
Okay,
they sent me to, and Beaumont at that particular time was the prison where they send people to out the, like from the step down program. And the step down program is people who are in ADX and people who at that particular time was in Marion, where John Gotti and all, you know, where he was at. Yeah. And because all those was Supermax.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So once you show that you know what I'm saying, can behave in Supermax, they send you to Beaumont.
Okay. Which is still high risk.
Exactly.
It's no different really.
Exactly. It's just showing you the type of people that was there. And then in my unit, it was like everybody had life sentences except, you know what I'm saying, probably out of 150 people, it may have been 20 didn't have life. So that's the type of, you know, that's the
environment,
type of individuals that you are around with people who don't have anything to lose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Definitely. And like I say, I'm 24. So going in there and seeing all this, and then not only at that, you know what I'm saying, I was asked to be a leader of the Tennessee car with dudes who have been down 10, 15 years. You know what I'm saying? You know, they entrust that type of, know what I'm saying, power on me because, you know.
And the car is basically everybody that's from Tennessee.
Absolutely. And most of them was from Memphis.
And we already know the history of, the myth of what they say about Memphis, Nashville, right? Yeah. So that's even something. So now they're asking, and not that you're a kid, but a kid to be the leader of grown men, and in a situation where two cities that don't even get along really with each other.
I want to ask you this, LT. Why was that responsibility put on you?
Because for one, they saw how I moved.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They seen how I moved, and they saw that I didn't gamble. I wouldn't participate in homosexuality. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Then most of the guys from other cities, they kind of, cause I play like football. So, you know, when you play sports in prison, it's like, you know, they look at you in kind of like high regard if you good.
Most definitely. Yeah, if you good. Yeah, they do. Most definitely.
So they just seen that I had a certain respect level, and then I hadn't tarnished my, you know, who I was, my reputation.
Yeah, your reputation.
You know, like some who had already been in the system.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Gotcha. So when they know that you're not going to get them in trouble or get them in some type of incident, then it's easy for them to entrust you with that type of power.
I got you.
Because you also got to make decisions too, right?
Absolutely,
to be over the car.
Absolutely.
So that means when other Tennessee people come in, you got to interview them. I want to say it like that. Interview them, check their paperwork, make sure everything's straight. So that's a lot.
Okay, so how did you handle that responsibility? You feel like you did, looking back, do you feel like you did a good job? You feel like you did a bad job? Some shit you could have done better? How did you handle that responsibility of being the driver of the Tennessee car?
I felt I did great because for one, nobody lost their life, and
under your watch. That's
exactly,
good.
and nobody didn't incident didn't I would say blow up into something real big, which it was some things that occurred with brothers from Tennessee. You know what I'm saying? Like we had one brother out of Jackson came and he robbed a dude from Florida. You know what I'm saying? And like
rob is like take commissary.
Took his dope.
Took his dope. Okay.
Took his dope. And
shit like that go down in prison.
Yeah,
y'all.
absolutely.
Y'all know that.
So when it happened, I talked to him. I'm like, man, what's up? What happened, man? He was like, man, this right here, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And he talked like he was willing to deal with the consequences of whatever came with it. Okay. And he didn't, he wasn't trying to get the car involved. He was like, I can handle this, you know what I'm saying? Because he had at that particular time, came from Florence, Colorado, USP. So he
Is that the underground? Is that the underground?
No, that's ADX. See,
okay.
Those are they got complexes where you got the ADX, you got the USP, you got the FCI. Okay. And then you'll have a camp all in one site, on one site.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So he was coming from the USP, which is United States Penitentiary.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Which was where Beaumont was. So by him already being, you know what I'm saying, in the system, he had came there with a whole bunch of brothers that they was already clicked up. So he already had, people.
And his mind was already gladiator.
Yeah, exactly.
Coming from there. Yeah.
So, he already had it under control. So after we had our conversation, he was like, you know what I'm saying, this is what it is. And he was real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like I say, everything worked out. It didn't
get you a far way in those type of situations, as long as you real.
Yeah, but we had a
stand
homie
on business. Ain't that what they say now?
Yeah. That's what I'm doing.
And we had a homie who was a Crip who came through, and he came straight to the car and was like, "Look, man, I ain't on Tennessee time. I'm on Crip time."
Yeah.
And he wound up bringing an incident that happened at another spot where he got into it with some dude from New Orleans. And, one thing led to another. The Crips left him out there by himself. And he wound up, know what I'm saying, getting stabbed on and getting ran up top.
Yeah, because once he say he ain't on Tennessee time, then the car gotta leave. The car gotta leave. So now I want to ask you this, right? Because those situations is happening. So you got situations that happen on the outside that land you back in this situation, right? Well, not land you back, but put you in this situation right here. And then you going through these things because you're the leader of the car. When is the change started coming?
The change started then. At that, you know what I'm saying? When I got to Beaumont, it was an old head out of Washington, D.C. He told me, man, paperwork got you in here. And he said, paperwork gonna get you out of here. And he said, what I mean by that, he said, they use your PSI to show how dangerous you was.
What's a PSI, bro?
That's your pre-sentencing report.
Okay.
A pre-sentencing investigation, which, know what I'm saying, is what they put together to put a profile on you to show everything that you done ever did, and then,
in life, just from juvenile to
everything is in there. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's the paperwork you got to show when you in prison.
Okay, I didn't know that. Okay. I've never been in federal prison. That's good. Okay.
Yeah. So, know what I'm saying? He said, what you got to do is, while you in here, you got to show a contrast to that right there. Know what I'm saying? So if they say you're a monster, you got to show them you're an angel. Know what
Most
I'm saying?
definitely. Most
definitely. And then showing that you're an angel, you got to come in here, you got to program, and not only program, you got to, know what I'm saying, show exceptional circumstances. You know, for the judge to be able to, have his heart kind of, know what I'm saying?
Pull at them heartstrings.
Yeah, exactly.
Pull at his heartstrings.
So that's where it started.
Okay.
When he gave me that blueprint, so I started taking a lot of classes, and then I stayed in the law library because my whole thing was I'm trying to get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't have time to do any extracurricular activities outside of
because you don't gamble.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't really participate in the silly conduct that's going on.
Or the prison culture.
Yes, because you can get caught up in the prison culture.
I like it. Tell the people what are some of the programs that you had to enroll in and complete.
Yes, sir. Where I took vocational programs. So started off like sewing, because if you want to go to like Unicor is like a factory. You know what I'm saying? That you go in where they paid the most money. So you had to take a sewing class. And then from the sewing class, you know what I'm saying, I got in Unicor. So that shows that you are rehabilitating yourself, because a lot of people at that particular time, they kind of like frowned upon you for working in Unicor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Ignorant shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Ignorant shit.
Yeah, because they felt that you was supporting the system.
You
know what I'm saying?
You got paid to work in there too, and that was the most highest paid job.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, I want y'all to put this in context, because y'all saying paid like LT made $10 an hour, guy. When we say paid,
it was like 30 cents an hour.
Yeah, mine was 17 cents an hour.
I
moved up to $1 though.
Exactly, but you can get up to $1. But that, but I didn't stay in there long because it just didn't sit well with my spirit. Going up in there, and then like I say, having folk, just look at you and say that you doing this and you doing that just by working in there, and it was like, nah, I just didn't. It just didn't sit well.
What happened? What happened, LT? You got that Uncle Tom spirit.
You know what I'm talking about? All that right there.
Uncle Tom spirit.
I most definitely know what you're talking
about. So I wind up leaving that job, and the thing about Beaumont, I learned so much. You know what I'm saying? There, because it was my first prison, and the key thing I learned is you can't open doors for people. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hard to close.
Oh, yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Meaning befriending people, or you allow people to, know what I'm saying, be friends with you, and sometimes those situations are turned into
now they're your enemy.
Exactly, life or death. You know what I'm saying? And
that's deep right there, man. That's deep.
That is deep. Yeah. So LT, how long did you do in prison as a whole? How many years?
I did 20 years. I did 3 years, 2.5 years at Beaumont. So from 1997 to the end of 1999. Then I transferred. I got a near release transfer, which is close to home transfer.
Okay.
And I went to Edgefield, South Carolina, and I was in Edgefield, South Carolina from 2000.
And that's close to home.
Yeah, it's close to home.
Exactly. What they say.
What they say.
If you look at the map, you say, hey, we know.
When they say close to home, I think I'm going to North Nashville. You know what I'm saying? But then they say close to home.
South Carolina.
Okay, I'm sorry for interrupting.
Yeah, it's all good.
Okay.
So because at that particular time, you had to do 8 years behind the wall before you can go to a lower security prison, which was a medium. So especially if you had a life sentence.
Okay.
If you had a life sentence, you had to do 8 years behind the wall. So Edgefield at that particular time was another USP. So I know what I'm saying, I stayed there for, I think, like 3 years. Based on good conduct and whatnot, I was able to go to Memphis.
Now we're getting closer.
So now I done made it to home base.
Yeah.
So I was in Memphis for 7 years and wound up getting in a prison ride with some Mexicans.
Okay.
And they sent me from Memphis to basically Mexico, because I got sent to Three Rivers, Texas, which was an hour away from Mexico.
Damn.
And I stayed there for 4 years and went to Talladega, Alabama, and that's where I came home from.
Okay, Talladega, Alabama. even in the entire prison sentence, did you still have any family members that you was writing or communicating with? Yes. Anybody come and see you when you got to Memphis? Yes. Or in other states that was leaving Tennessee to come and see you?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's good.
You excited when you in Memphis too, though, because now I'm on the phone saying, "Hey, I'm in Memphis now." You know what I'm saying?
I ain't 8 hours away no more.
I ain't 40 hours away now. I'm just down the street. I'm 4 hours away. Because 4 hours away seems like a long stretch, but it's not a long stretch when you all the way in. What you say, an hour from Mexico.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's how it was when I was in Texas.
I love that. No, we don't want to hear about
I like
you was in the kiddie prison, man.
Yeah, I was. When you talk about federal
prison. You was in the big one,
Yeah, most definitely.
You was in the little kiddie. I can do your time.
Nah, you couldn't do that time. But most definitely, I know what you're saying, though. Yeah, most definitely. I know what you're saying about that. Yeah. Because that visitation, did any relationships that you had going into prison when you came home, was it any relationships that was trying to get rekindled or was trying to get back on your team, but they left you or anything? Like, how do you come home and not be upset?
Yeah, I like that question.
The situations that other people tend to, leave you in prison, right? Yeah. How did you come home and not have that on your mind, or did you have it on your mind?
I would say it was on my mind, and then
because 20 a long time.
Absolutely. Yeah. And once you mature, and it's not just relationships with females. You know what I'm saying? It's the relationships with brothers who you was willing to give your life for, and they left you for dead. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So going through all that, I just matured or was mature enough to understand that life gonna keep lifing. Everybody gonna have to deal with whatever circumstances they out here dealing with. Because now that I'm out, you know what I'm saying? Yes, you see how a avalanche of responsibility will fall on you to where sometimes it's hard to even keep up with what you got going on.
Definitely.
I like that. So you didn't hold no grudge.
No,
no grudge with nobody. So if you call collect and say, "Hey man, send me $30," and he never followed through on that sending you $30, you didn't get out of jail and say, "Man, fuck that nigga. He never sent me $30 when I asked him."
Well, because I didn't ask nobody for nothing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Most of the people that I called, they was, what do you need?
Yeah.
It wasn't, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't, it was a small few.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was a small few that did look out for me when I was locked up. And, I appreciate them for doing what they did. But when I was in, I ain't asked nobody for nothing.
That's good.
I like that. That's one thing. I give my flowers to my homie, man. That's one thing I can say about my brother, man. When he go do his bids, or when he was doing his bids back in the day, he wasn't calling for nothing.
So I want to ask you this: coming home, right? Mm-hmm. How was your celebration of coming home?
Mm-hmm. Was it a celebration?
Yeah, was it like when you came home? Was like, how was it?
I would say it wasn't what many people probably would have expected it to be. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It was just a small few that threw something for me at I think it was Dave and Buster's. Okay. We was out there and I tell it. I got this story in my book where I wind up paying the tab. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, hold on.
I know, right?
I won't say on everybody's, but on majority of the people, I wind up paying the tab. But that was just something I had to kind of.
I feel you, bro. I think I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, because when you.
I still got it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I still got it now.
And then it was just, it was natural.
Yeah, I got it.
When I got you.
I got it.
If you with me, I'm gonna take care of it.
You've been gone 20 years. I can be gone 100 years if I'm able to walk back out there. I got it.
Yeah.
I got you.
I like that.
So my next question is this right here. That's dope, bro. You pay for it. I like it too.
I like it.
That show you smart with your money too. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that means
came home with something.
Came home with some.
So
I also want to say
no. They gave me the money at the some dudes that was there broke me off. You know what I'm saying? I came home to nothing.
Oh,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I came home to nothing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
But coming home to nothing to where you at now, you did pretty motherfucking good to me, man.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I want to ask this. I want to ask this question, man. It's something that I love to ask brothers that been incarcerated and come home. Why do you think for our culture, why do you think we get celebrated more for coming home than going to college?
Because not many of us go to college. You know, we got more people who, and then not only that, we got more people who, when they do leave prison or come home, they took care of the hood.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you know, it's only right that you celebrate those who took care of the hood when they come home. You know, and
I like that.
so that's what I think. You know, that right there
is why it gets celebrated
exactly
more.
Because in most cases, those are the leaders. Especially in my day and time when they came through and snatched a lot of us up during the drug war. It was all of the leaders, which is now we dealing with the effect of the leaders being removed.
Cut the head of the snake off, and you got the snake.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? We take the leaders around. Now it ain't no organization.
Yeah, most definitely.
You can even do that with gang leaders, right? You got your gang leaders. You take the gang leaders away, and now watch the effects of it. It just naturally goes into a negative state. All right, so tell me this, LT. What year was it when you got out of prison?
I got out in 2016. I got immediate release, and I was in Talladega, Alabama, and they came. We had like a lockdown census, which they do census count where they count, make sure everybody there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In the prison. So they came to my door while we was on lockdown. They were like, "Hey, when the count clear, they want to talk to you in the middle." You know what I'm saying? And then the guard also said, "And pack all your stuff." So I'm like, pack all my stuff, you know what I'm saying? Damn, I know, shoot, they just did the bus just came in Monday. This was like Friday. So I'm like, shoot, where I'm going there, y'all want me to pack my stuff up? So I already know I had a motion that I put in, you know what I'm saying, for the Drug -2 Act, which Obama had passed in the law, Drug -2, which they moved everybody who had a drug case up 2 levels. You know what I'm saying? So at that particular time, I was at 24 years to like 32 years. But then when it went up 2 levels, it went from like 17 years to 20 years. So I'd already surpassed the time. You know what I'm saying? So, I was eligible for immediate release. So when I went to the middle, they were like, "Hey, they granted your motion. You got 2 hours to get off the compound." Said, "How you want to go home?" That's when I told them, what's the fastest way? They were like, "Well, you can have your people ride all the way down to Alabama, pick you up, or we can get you a bus ticket."
Yeah.
And I said, "Well, shoot, give me a bus ticket." And shoot, I ain't tell nobody outside of one person because I wanted to surprise my mother. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, most definitely.
So they picked me up at the bus station, and I had her go and act like she was gonna give my mama some money to give me. And when my mama answered the door to know what I'm saying, well, let her in for the money, I came in behind her.
Yeah.
Yeah, and surprise.
Big surprise.
Yeah.
Big
I had 3 years left on my sentence.
Yeah, because that's what I wanted to ask you. Because you said when you went into federal prison, you had a life sentence.
Yeah.
But then you got it overturned.
Yeah.
Okay, so
when they changed the crack
Obama
law.
changed the crack law.
Well, first in 2009, this was up under the second Bush. You know what I'm saying? George Bush II is when the crack law passed up under him. And then up under Obama, the Drug -2. And really, Obama passed a law for whites who got caught up with methamphetamine. You know what I'm saying? But they knew they couldn't do nothing for them until they did something for the crack defendants. So they passed the crack law first.
To pass the methamphetamine.
To pass the methamphetamine on down the line. So soon as they passed the crack law, which was in 2008, then in 2000 and I think 10, Obama passed the Drug -2. So to help the white defendants. Yeah. But it helped everybody with a drug case.
Have everybody with a drug
but
case.
It was.
I can't do one without the other.
But it was particular directed towards methamphetamine.
Yeah, because methamphetamines is a huge problem in white America.
Exactly, and they was getting knocked out the park. Well, they was getting like 20, 30 years for boxes of Sudafed tablets.
Yeah, I met a lot of guys that's doing a lot of hard time. Can't go to CVS. First they get banned out of CVS and Walgreens. Yeah. I met a lot of guys that's doing 30, 40 years for having campers and stuff like that. So that's dope, man. So now released.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you coming home, nobody knows it. Mind strong.
Yes, sir.
You know this is what you're about to start doing.
Yes, sir.
Talk about it.
Well, I came home on a mission. And, just having 20 years to reflect on what I wish I could have done, and what I wish, I could do. Now the opportunity done presented itself. So all the things that I wished I could have done, whether that's, man, I wish I would have bought real estate. When I had money. I wish I could have voted. I wish I could have, started a business and stayed with it, which back in the days, I started a business. I had a bowling ball, a business, a paint shop, which I brought the bowling ball paint up through here.
Oh, okay, you did that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was the first one who started that up here in Nashville in 1994.
Okay.
So
that was big to me. Cause I saw
in my area.
Okay, y'all big to me. I seen
shit.
Quanti Cash and them with it on their minivans. One guy I particularly remember the first time I ever seen bowling ball was a guy from out South Nashville, Todd. I don't know, maybe I got the name wrong, but I just had a cutlass on that. But that bowling ball, I was like, man, I want this. Yeah, I was probably a $15 guy then, so bowling ball was expensive, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you already had your trade.
So just wanting to be successful in business, wanting to do, So when I came out, I started off at the temp service, and from the temp service, going into working at the trash company, but my whole mindset was stacking, which I wind up saving $100,000 in my first 5 years.
Oh man, that's great.
Yeah, that's fucking fire, man.
That's that mentality. That's that UCJC you grew up in. That environment. So you already knew how to get money.
Absolutely.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Now it was just I just got to be free because I know how to stack this paper.
And discipline.
Yeah,
yes.
discipline.
For you to save $100,000 in 5 years, you got to be disciplined. That means all that frivolous spending, we got to cut that shit out.
Because I'm only at $122 for 5 years.
Because I was going to ask you, what lessons did you learn in there to bring it out? But I'll say one of that. Like, I hate to say it, but being a minimalist. Like, I only need this, and this to live.
Yeah.
Will help when you stack
can see
money.
When you can see it, though.
Now I'm out and I'm free. I just did 20 years where I only needed 5 things to live. Yeah. When I get out, I don't need these 12 things. I don't need 12 things to live. Yeah. I can still live, not penitentiary rules, but the same penitentiary discipline. If I take that and convert it to the streets, and I know that's one thing, saving money, but just tell me what other lessons did you take from the penitentiary to the free world and utilize in your life?
Absolutely, which is the symbolism in this shirt.
Okay.
This shirt represents everything you just said.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which is this bird is a Sankofa bird, which means go back and get it. Or go back in your past and find what was important and bring it to the future with you. Mm-hmm. So what I done was the things that was valuable for me or I felt could be valuable for me when I was in prison, which just like you said, knowing that they give you 5 outfits. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And knowing you can't have nothing but a pair of boots and 2 pair of tennis shoes. You know, and then from there, when you get jobs inside the federal prison, if you get a job in the kitchen, you getting a job in the kitchen, not just for the pay, you getting a job also because now you can eat how you want to eat. And then you can get vegetables to sell. You know what I'm saying? So it's like 3-4 different hustles within this. So when I came home, it was like I used that same concept. So when I worked on the trash truck, which all this is in my book, What's Your Excuse? That when I worked on the trash truck, I had the opportunity to get paid with my work check. Then the stuff I found on my route, because I worked in Bellmead, Brentwood, all that. So I found expensive things that I wind up, selling. Then on top of that, finding people who may have some stuff on the side they needed to dump in my truck. That's another hustle. Then they gave you tips every Christmas. So if you got 500, 500 stops, and out of those 500, 400 of them gonna give you a tip, $20 or more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You do the math. You know what I'm saying? So like during December, you might get $3,500 just on tips. You know what I'm saying? So then I worked valet, which was another opportunity to get tips. And along with my paycheck. And those tips just gonna come on the way you communicate.
Y'all want to say this is people. What the two gigs and the way that you save money, those are people communication skills.
Customer service.
Yeah, most definitely.
Absolutely.
Most definitely.
So it was those things right there.
Nah, I love it. I love it, man. So you did speak on what's your excuse, man. So we know that you are an author.
Yes, sir.
Author, man. The name of the book is What's Your Excuse?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How I use my prison experience to save $100,000.
Yes. What made you want to put that on paper and teach brothers and give brothers and sisters the game?
Because that's good game.
Absolutely.
That's good game.
I know the importance of financial literacy for our community. And I know, a lot of us do a lot of things in excess.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We like exactly. We want 100 pair of Jordans.
Yes.
We want, know what I'm saying, all of these different things when it's all about investing, not spending. You know what I'm saying? And you can invest in an outfit. You know what I'm saying? Okay. If you buy the outfit to go to a interview or go to a event,
okay, I got
you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be able to get you the right
job,
exactly.
Get you the job or the attention you need.
But it's just knowing the difference between spending and investing. So once you know that, then try to do more investing than you do spending.
Oh, I love that. That's a great way to look at it.
Yeah,
so you wrote the book. How did the people receive it? How is sales doing on the book? Is it pretty good?
It's doing good, and I would say it can do better if I promoted it. Like I should, but it's just my thing is just putting it out there, and when I feel like I want to put a lot of my attention on it, I will. But I got so many other things going on. It's just
it's reaching people though. It's most definitely reaching people.
Yes, sir.
And what I love about it is I don't think at times I feel like some stuff can be promotional use and broadcast, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I feel like the book and the meaning of the book and what's in the book, it's more of a hands-on, one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
I meet you, I talk to you. This is what you read this right here.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And
I like what
it's more intention and it's more understanding like that instead of me putting it on big billboards and wanting the sales to come, because reading your book, listening to your story, taking the things that you teaching and me implying it is, and reading it and having my own way with it, and that one-on-one conversation that we can have is better to me. You know what I'm saying? At times like that. I don't think everything need to be signed to a record label. Basically what I'm saying, they needs to be big. Yeah. Some things can be on the level of how you want it, and we're gonna give it one by one to the people, because 100 of them of just advertising big to me is I'm gonna go buy, but I put it on the shelf. Me getting it like you saying, just is reaching ear to ear, people to people. I really read it. I really take your book and I really read your book.
Hand to hand
is the best.
Hand to hand is the best. We knew that when we was on the streets, bro.
When you was in the streets, who sounds in the streets, bro? Hey man, where my lawyer at, man? I don't know what he keep talking about.
And I probably gave more. I probably sold and gave away the same amount because, I donated to juvenile. Yeah. And when I do talk to the youth, and I done taught class inside of the TDOC. Okay. So, I get more out of getting it to people to help them change their life or just get them.
And that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? So that's my thing. And then when I come on platforms like this, I just want to have something to where I can present it.
Most definitely.
And then, know what I'm saying, whatever happened from there, it just happened from there. But then just me just coming and just talking, I'd rather have a product also.
And I love it. And that's what we need, man. What's your excuse?
Yes,
it's the book, man.
Yes, go
this
get
brother,
it.
Go get it, man. He can show you, man,
Gems.
how he used his prison experience to save $100,000, $100,000. You understand me, man?
That's money. That's what they say.
100 bun. That's 100 bun, man. $100,000 is 100 bun, man. So
most definitely.
Good shit, man. So as you know, I know that like people I respect put you in high regard. You know
yes,
what I mean?
most definitely.
I got my Hambinos, man, Mike Trues, Chainsaw Charlie's, like a lot of people, Sister Rashida, all the people that I fuck with, they look at you in high regard, man.
They most definitely do.
You've taken on the label of activist.
Yes, sir.
Activist. And this whole discussion you've been talking about community, the black community. So, man, what made you want to get in that lane? Was that always in you or what? How did you become a quote unquote activist?
Well, just, you know, how I use my prison experience. Everything I'm doing out here, I did in prison. I was, you know what I'm saying, I was a activist on the inside. I led food strikes. You know what I'm saying? I led, different type of prison, I ain't gonna say disturbances, but, you know, I was just on the front line in prison. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So most of the things that I'm doing out here, I did in there because everywhere I went, I was pushed into the leadership role when I didn't want to. You know, so, you know, being a leader of men is just what I do. So coming out here and just seeing where I say my first 2 years, it was so many of our teens being murdered.
Yes, most definitely.
And just seeing that, and it was like, hold on, man. You know, when I sit and I like to look at things from a historical context.
Okay.
And if people rewind it back to 2017 or 2018, and it may be 50 years from now, and they be like, well, who was all around when all these teenagers was getting murdered? Oh, LT, he was there. I don't want it to be like, damn, he didn't do nothing.
Yeah, he
know
didn't do nothing.
I won't, know what I'm saying, when my name mentioned, did they say he stood up?
Yeah, most definitely.
Know what I'm saying? Or he answered the call. Or it didn't happen on his watch.
Yeah, most definitely. He wasn't around when that happened.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So my whole thing is every day I get up to make history.
Yeah. Do you believe in, because it's a high rise of numbers of teen murders, teen violence, right? Do you believe it started in the household?
I say it started on the phone.
Break that down.
Okay.
Break that down, LT.
I say it started on the phone because we living in a day and time where you'll have to relive your most embarrassing moment every day.
Yes, because it's on the phone.
You know what I'm saying?
It's on the phone.
Because somebody gonna record you getting stomped out.
Yeah.
Or record you, know what I'm saying, doing something that you may feel, know what I'm saying, like you don't want, which will make you go and do something to somebody.
Yeah, because you feel like you feel like the retaliation is a must, because every day I gotta wake up and I gotta relive me getting beat up.
Absolutely. I'll say this. I'll say in my generation, man, we go to house parties. You step on my brand new Jordans in this house party, and it could be 30 people in this house party. But now I gotta do something to you because these 30 people watching. Now triple, quadruple that.
Millions. Don't go viral.
Yeah, millions of people watch you.
Don't go viral, get knocked
humiliation.
out.
You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody slap you at a house party in Village Trail and 30 people see it, now you done went crazy. Now you done went and got the gun. Imagine if you're going to get the gun for 30 people. Imagine what you finna do for 1 million people.
Yeah, most definitely.
You see what I'm saying? So I do understand that. Oh my gosh, I do understand that.
It starts from the phone. Basically what you're saying is it starts from the phone, where we need to be more considerate when we see stuff happening instead of pulling our phone. Because I'm a phone guy, right? We have this conversation a lot. And I said, I'm a phone guy. Yeah. Well, some have,
he's gonna record.
I'm a record.
I'm more of a helper. Fuck that phone. That person is in trouble. Yeah. I'm about to go help. Me and him had this conversation all the time. He said he's gonna record it. He's gonna record the discrepancy. I'm going to try to help the situation. I'm not saying pick a side, but what do you think we should do?
Put the phone
when
down,
we see shit like that?
I think that you should pick the phone up when you protecting yourself.
Okay.
Know what I'm saying? Whether that's, you feel like somebody finna, know what I'm saying, violate you or whatever, know what I'm saying? You should, know what I'm saying, just to record it just to justify whatever you do afterwards.
Gotcha.
That's my angle at times. That's my angle with it. Because you can't, I'm not to cut you off again, but that's my angle because a lot of people that I know, because just for this generation from 2012 up to now, have beat cases by them pulling their phone out.
Absolutely. You want to document it.
Yeah, by them pulling their phone out. I just want to pull my phone out because of not just the documentary entertainment also. I'm going to be honest. Listen, I'm going to be honest. I pull my phone out at times. If I'm in Walmart and I see a fight, I pull my phone out. Now, I don't post them, but I will pull my phone out. And the reason that I pull my phone out is because I watch YouTube and stuff, I guess, right? So I was like, I'm gonna catch this moment, right?
Yeah.
But at times I will tell other people to pull their phone out to protect themselves.
Yeah.
Pull your phone out. Absolutely. Like when I see people going into the boss's office, I tell them, put your phone on record. Put your phone on record and put it back in your pocket. And then you walk in there and you have a talk with your boss. You see what I'm saying? Like, because it is going to protect you. Because if your boss fire you and it's something over gossip or something's not in the rule book, then you can
document it.
You can document it.
It's documented.
Yeah.
Okay, LT, I want to ask you, even on activism, man. We know that the Gideon's Army, man. We support them, man. To the fullest. Those are our brothers and our sisters. They do great things for North Nashville, not only for North Nashville, but Nashville as a whole, man. So I support them. And I know that you do a lot of good work with them. How did you build that relationship with the Gideon's Army?
I would say that relationship got built from me doing works, because I do an annual Thanksgiving Day dinner every year in J.C. Napier.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been doing that for 8 years, and also annual Christmas coat drive at Napier School where I do donations to the school, and all this is just community donations. It's not no 501c3 nonprofit type of thing. This is just people who believe in my change as well as my partner Sterling Wright's change. So from there,
shout out to Sterling.
Yeah, shout out to Sterling. And from there, when Rashida was rolling out the violence interruption program, Mike True, who she reached out to me, and the crazy part about it, it was the same day that I quit my job at the trash company because they didn't pay. They somewhat took some money from me on my PTO, and because on my PTO I told them that I was going to a job interview, and they felt that they didn't need to pay me because I was going to look for a job when they didn't know if the job I was looking for was going to be a second job, So the day that I quit, later on at night, Mike True called me and was like, "Hey, would you like to be a violence interrupter with Gideon's Army, so on and so forth? I think you'll be a good fit because of my street credibility."
Yeah.
And the rest is history.
Yeah, most definitely.
Shout out to the violence interrupters, man. I love them brothers, man. Mike True, you, Hambino, man.
Yes, sir.
Brothers that I look at them and put y'all brothers in high regard.
Most
man.
definitely.
So we got the activism, man. You doing your thing with the activism. So recently, man, I saw you on News Channel 5. You sat down with Phil Williams. We're gonna get into him. We're definitely gonna get into fake ass Phil in a minute. But you sit down with Phil Williams, man, and you was talking about white supremacist propaganda and flyers that was popping up in North Nashville, man. If you could tell the people just a little bit about what you found in North Nashville that made you want to speak out about that.
Yes, cause I walk through North Nashville every other day, and in particular, I look for where trash may be illegally dumped, because I got a junk removal business, which I got a grant through the 37208 fund that's in North Nashville, and what I do is I clean the alleys or wherever trash is illegally dumped. I go pick it up. So as I do my canvassing, I just look for areas where it may be piled up, so I just take a mental note so I don't have to be just going, looking in my truck, wasting gas. So, I walk on foot. But on this particular day, as I'm walking, I see like a plastic bag on the ground that was kind of like in a Ziploc. So, me, when I walk past something, I'm gonna pick it up because I believe another man trash is another man treasure.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So I pick it up and pop it open. And when I opened it, I seen that, it was some racist content. So, I read it. So as I'm intentional now, I'm looking, for more of them. So as I continue my walk, I find like 2 more of them. And so when I got home, I made a video. And the video, it got, a lot of views. A lot of people shared it. And from there, the city council members reached out to me, and they passed some type of I won't say ordinance, but it was some pertaining to they making it against the law for people to do that here in Nashville. And from there, I had the Nashville banner reached out, then Phil Williams, reached out. And I say the next day I wind up finding some more. So that's how that came about.
In the same, did you find more in the same location or just different?
It was on the same street.
Okay.
On the same street, which was Arthur.
Okay,
Arthur.
yeah, Arthur. Okay.
Yeah. Where's Arthur at?
Arthur is right there where what's the name? I think Elizabeth Center.
Oh
right off Buchanan and
the basketball court.
Yes.
I know Elizabeth where the basketball goals are. Okay, okay. All right.
Good
Okay.
shit,
now,
man.
even on that, man, do you think I don't know, man, do you think that the influx of non-black people moving into North Nashville may make that a hot spot for racists to put propaganda in that area?
I would say that the rhetoric that's coming from our state legislature is what I think emboldened them to do that right there.
Yeah, most definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you got to be bold for one to do it.
To come to North Nashville.
Yeah. 37208 area. Anyway, to do that. Yeah,
we see that in Brentwood, Franklin.
It's predominantly that. It's predominantly that, but not in the heart
of North
Nashville.
Yeah. If you know where them Elizabeth basketball go, that basketball go there.
Because North Nashville has always, to me, been predominantly black.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, from the Jefferson Street to the Dodge City.
All the colleges. All the colleges.
The TSU, the Fizz.
Sacred ground.
Yeah,
most definitely. So finding something like that, and it's like you say, sacred ground is like, hold on, hell no. And most definitely, I see that.
Now, all right, LT, we got to get into it, big homie.
Yes, sir.
Now, you sit down with Phil Williams, right?
Here you go.
What I know about Phil Williams, I had the brother Hambino sit right here on this platform, and we talked about how Phil Williams, to us, was the ops. I'm going to be honest with you, LT. Looked a little funny. You sitting down with Phil Williams, knowing we knew all the harsh shit that Phil Williams said about our dear sister Rashida, our dear brother Hambino, rest in peace, the brother Cleveland, all these brothers. It was a hit campaign. They compared this group to terrorist groups, brother. And then you go and sit down with them. It made me just say, what are we doing, LT? What was the motivation behind you sitting down with Phil Williams when a lot of people look at him like the ops, bro?
Well, I'm going to say this. Phil Williams, when it comes to, and this is just my thought process, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to the story he did on Gideon's Army, you know what I'm saying? He done the job that some blacks sent him to do.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, if you go and look through his Twitter feed, he specifically say that it was prominent blacks that told him to go look into Gideon's Army.
Yeah, that was feeding him the information.
So I feel with him, he was just doing his job.
He's just a token.
He's just getting his paycheck.
He was doing his job as an investigative reporter because it was people in our community told him to go investigate.
And he got to do his job, right?
So with that, you know what I'm saying? You know, I choose to be like, okay, why would people from our community send him to come and basically destroy this organization. You know what I'm saying? You know, was it jealousy? Well, you know what I'm saying? Was it? Well, and I just think it was fear, because Gideon's Army was basically the only organization that had, you know what I'm saying, that was, of course, led by a woman, but had the most black men.
Yes.
And not only black men, you know what I'm saying, convicted felons and strong black men
leaders.
That was leaders. Exactly. That was leaders.
Yes.
So
now I'm scared.
So we was a threat. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Just
to the organization,
to the whole power structure.
Yeah, power structure. Yeah,
you know
and the people around, right?
Yes.
Because the people around is the ones who is getting in touch with Phil, right? And feeding him to look into you guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's a threat.
Absolutely.
Yeah, most definitely. This many people that are leaders, being a leader, right?
Yes.
Being an activist and a leader.
Yes.
It comes with a lot, right?
Yes, sir.
Name some things that it came to that you feel like, have you ever not wanted to be like, dang, I ain't want to be in this position where I gotta handle this as a black activist? Because people will tend to look at you guys and say that it's a gang. I'm scared. I'm threatening by those guys, right? What name something as the black activist that you feel like that's not even believable, like that's not even true?
Well, I would say mostly everything.
The misconception of black activists.
Well, it's like one thing with being a leader. Being a leader means that you're gonna have to take unpopular, know what I'm saying, stances.
Most
know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then history will make it popular. But at the moment, it may look like, know what I'm saying, you know, that it was stupidity. But then, you know, years on down the line, it might look like a stroke of genius.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So,
man.
Yeah, so with that, being, you know, the work that we put in with Gideon's Army, which we made history all across the board. When she ran, that's when they put those images saying that we was terrorists, we was this, and we
Black
was trying
Lives
to destroy
Matter.
their way of life.
Yeah.
And she won. And when they seen that she won by them using Gideon's Army, we became a political threat.
Most definitely.
And then when you become a political threat in this city, then, you know what I'm saying, the next thing to do is to discredit, then destroy.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And that's just what happened.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right,
I love it,
shit,
man. I would definitely want you to clear that up, man. We finna get out of here, but come on, man. I see you wearing that extra medium shirt, LT. You brought guns out, man.
I'll make yours look like this. Okay. You know what I'm talking about?
There we go. I be seeing you on Instagram running up that damn hill. I be looking at that hill eating a donut like, man, that nigga crazy. Man, what's going on? How did you get into the health training? That's something from the penitentiary. How'd you get into the health and training, brother? Health and wellness.
Well, it was to outlive my sentence.
Okay.
You know, I was sentenced to life.
Yeah.
So when I got sentenced to life, my whole thing was, man, I got to outlive this sentence. So then I had to change up my eating habits.
Okay.
Which I haven't ate chicken, beef, pork, turkey in 20-some years.
So what they call that, a pescatarian?
Yeah, pescatarian, but I eat lamb every now and then.
Okay.
So I eat lamb and I eat fish.
Okay.
That's it. And then, just working out, of course. That's mandatory.
Take care of your body.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then I fast, which we got Black August coming up. I want to let the people know about Black August, which is next month, which is similar to Ramadan. However, you know what I'm saying, it's paying homage to, our brothers and sisters that did sacrifice their life for us to be free in this country. You know what I'm saying?
So you're talking about the Malcolm X's, the Nat Turners, yes,
and the George Jacksons,
okay,
and the list goes on.
Yes, sir.
But it's, you know what I'm saying, paying homage to all those, as well as our ancestors who, you know what I'm saying, made that trip from the Middle Passage over here, who lost their lives. And that's what the fast, where you go from 8 o'clock in the morning, 6 in the morning to 8 o'clock at night, no food, no water. And that's just taking on a little small tenth of the pain that our ancestors went through in the bottom of the slave ship.
A lot of discipline.
What was the times on that again, bro?
From 6 in the morning, 8 o'clock at night, no food, no water, and it's mandatory workout.
Is it sun up? Was it sun?
The whole
sundown?
That's the whole month of August.
31 days. Only thing break Black August is September the 1st.
So you eat before 6 a.m.
Yeah,
and then after 8 p.m.
you can eat again.
Eat and drink water.
Yeah, I see.
You can't drink water from 6 to 8.
Yeah,
I see that. I see that in my prison. I see that in prison.
Okay, I know Hambino was doing it. I know Hambino was doing it before when I tapped in.
I didn't know it was called Black August.
I got a few weeks.
I like that.
What you saying, LT? I got a few weeks to get my shit right.
Yeah, you got
eat 5 large pieces now, homies.
Yeah, eat it out. Hey, the mandatory workout, is that organized with you, or do you are you telling people, hey, mandatory workout in your? So the mandatory workout is come see you.
Absolutely. We'll meet at 6 in the morning, and we'll train from 6 to 6:30. No, matter of fact, we'll train from 5 to 5:30. Then you got that 30 minutes to drink you some water and get you your bite to eat before 6 a.m.
Okay.
I like that because I got to be at work at 6. So you saying I can make it happen?
Absolutely.
I pull up on you at 5. I can make it happen,
Absolutely.
and then be at work at 6.
Exactly.
You ain't gonna be able to do nothing.
I ain't got no excuse. I ain't got no excuse.
You ain't gonna be able to do nothing. Your first 2 weeks gonna be hell, boo. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You gonna be late. You supposed to meet him at 6. You gonna meet him at 7. You eating a breakfast sandwich.
I love it.
But good shit, man. Like I'm always say this, man. This platform is for culture conversation.
Absolutely,
This
man.
platform is for leaders, entrepreneurs. We honored to even have you here to share your story, to also give us gems and jewels on just because you can get in bad situations, you can still come out and you can still be positive and you can still be the same leader that you was when you left. So I want to give my flowers to you. Thank you for uplifting us, brothers. Thank you for coming home and showing us that just because you get in trouble doesn't mean that you got to be trouble.
Yes, sir.
So I want to say thank you so much, man. That's what that's our mushy moment. We like to do mushy moments. So we want to make sure that we give you your flowers and we want to tell you how awesome job you're doing. And we are most definitely on your side because this is something that we love and we're just happy to have you here, man.
That's a fact, man. Sure. To piggyback off what he said, man, I love everything you doing. Really appreciate you, brother. I really appreciate your energy, your enthusiasm, your inspiration is needed in our community,
Most
bro. And I commend you for everything you do, brother. I really want you to tell the people how they can get in touch with you, follow your movie, how they can buy the book, how they can come pull up and get their guns looking like your guns.
Absolutely.
Just tell the people everything they need to know, brother.
Yes, you all can follow me on Facebook. That's Larry Turnley, LARRY TURNLEY. Or you can follow me on IG, which is LT Larry Turnley, LARRY TURNLEY. Or you can follow me on YouTube, which is the same thing, Larry Turnley, LARRY TURNLEY. And you can follow my fitness page, Extreme Gladiator Training, which is XTREMEGLADITOR. I think I spelled it right, you know what I'm saying? Let me write it down. You know what I'm saying?
We'll put it in there. Taylor got the timestamp on it.
Yeah, so with that, you know, you can follow me on all of those social networks.
Man, there y'all go. That show y'all, man, come home and got it done.
And I wanted to give a shout out to Young Buck.
Come on,
man.
let's go.
You know what I'm saying? I want to give a shout out to Young Buck because when I was incarcerated at the height of his career, he kept my name alive in a lot of his songs.
He most definitely
a couple
did.
of songs. So, you know, I want to give, because I know y'all got, this is a hip hop.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
most definitely.
I do
Shout out to Buck.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Buck as well as Quanti Cash because he did mention me in one of his songs also. So, shout out to you, brothers, for keeping my name alive while I was down.
Let me ask you this before we go, because I got
the top 5.
I gotta ask you this. Not my top 5.
My bad.
How excited was you when you heard Buck at the height of his career?
Yes, sir.
Say LT, because I remember LT. I remember him saying something about The incident, right? I remember that. I promise. How did you feel? Because look, I was incarcerated with guys. I walk in a room, and I remember one guy. I walk in this room. He talking to Dolph, and he like, yeah, come on in. He told me I can shut the door. It's just him, and he talking to Dolph, and I'm in the room. And I got
amazed.
I'm just like, damn, that is Dolph. I seen a guy, a stupid dude, talking to Future. I'm like, dang, these guys get. So how was you when you heard Young Buck mention your name?
And
I don't know, fanned out.
No, for sure. Well, it was more, just appreciative.
Yeah.
And I had rapped to him on the phone one time.
Yeah.
And, just told him, I think he asked me, did I need something? I said, man, just keep my name alive.
That's it, man. Look, shout out to Buck, man. Buck, they be hating on you. I ain't hating on you. Shout out to you, Buck.
Yeah, shout out Buck, man. LT, I'm happy you brought it back to music because I did forget your story so interesting. I forgot about music, but we always ask everybody this, man. Top 5 Nashville rappers, man, of all time. Talk to me, LT.
Of all time?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, for you.
For you.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, for you.
Well, I'm going to say Pistol.
Yes.
I'm going to say my boy Big Lou.
Okay.
I'm going to say Kwani, of course, Hambino. And I would say it'll be a toss up, know what I'm saying? Just on the strength of old school and new school. So I say Cool Daddy Fresh and Buck.
There we go.
There you go.
So,
y'all already know. He just
that's
said
what I grew up with.
You just said my whole top 5 and my bench player.
That's right.
You just said it, man. You just said it. So, like I said, y'all already know what this is, man. This is BRC Born Rich Club. We just had LT live in the building. We got to have we just had an amazing conversation, man. Y'all know who this guy right here is. Y'all know what I'm finna tell y'all, man. I got 2 things to tell y'all, man. Get money, stay true, get money.
And listen, family, if nobody told you today that they love you, let me be the first one to tell you that I love you, I love you, I love you. We out of here, y'all.
Peace.